And in this video, I'm gonna give you the exact blueprint for the perfect workout for men over 50. By the time we're done, you'll know the most effective workout split for your age and recover capacity, the exact weekly volume that builds muscle without overtraining, the safest and most effective rep ranges to protect your joints, and make sure you stick with me until the end, because I'm going to give you the exact rep tempo you should use for every single set, so you get the absolute most growth out of every single workout. I'm Gary Walker, I'm 51 years old, and I've lived this lifestyle for over 30 years. I'm a health and fitness coach, a competitive bodybuilder, and I've done it all while raising a family and building a business. I know what it's like to sacrifice, to juggle a busy schedule, and to give your all to others, sometimes at the expense of your own health. Over the past 3 decades, I've coached thousands of men, many who thought their best years were behind them, only to discover they could look and feel better than they ever had before. By training the right way for their age, their body, and their life, they made a miraculous transformation. If you're a man over 50, the workout split you use in your 20s is not only ineffective, it could be the reason you're stuck, sore, and frustrated with your results. Back then, you could train 6 days a week, hammer one muscle group into the ground, stay up late, eat whatever you wanted, and still grow. But after 50, your body plays by an entirely different set of rules. Your muscle protein synthesis, which is a process your body uses to build new muscle, slows down by as much as 30% compared to your younger years. Your tendons and ligaments start losing collagen and elasticity, which means they can't absorb stress the same way they used to. And your nervous system, the master switch which controls strength, coordination, and recovery, that also takes longer to fully recharge after a hard workout. So if you're still training the old way, you're not just leaving gains on the table, you're setting yourself up for nagging joint pain, hormonal burnout, and the kind of chronic fatigue that kills your motivation to train altogether. All right, let's start with your training split, which is the way you divide your workouts across the week. Training frequency is one of the biggest adjustments you need to make after 50. Here's why. Muscle growth isn't triggered by one massive workout. It's triggered by repeated spikes in muscle protein synthesis. And after 50, that process stays elevated for 36 to 48 hours after you train. So if you're hitting a muscle once a week, like in the old bro split, you're leaving days of potential growth untouched. And on the flip side, if you train 5 to 6 days a week at high volume, you beat up your joints, drain your nervous system, and spend more time recovering than actually progressing. That's why the sweet spot is 4 workouts per week. Now, my primary recommendation is a push-pull legs upper body day. 4 workout days and 3 off days. Day 1 is a push day. You're gonna work your chest, shoulders, and triceps. Day 2 is a pull day. You're gonna work your back, rear delts, and biceps. Day 3 is used for rest or light active recovery. And day 4, legs, man. Quads, hamstrings, glutes, and calves. Day 5 is upper body focus. Use big compound lifts. Plus, you can do some accessory work for your weak points. Now, the weekend is up to you, but typically rest or keep it light with fun activity. This way, with this setup, you're gonna hit each muscle group twice a week for better protein synthesis. You have built-in recovery days as well, and you balance strength with hypertrophy, so you're building muscle and keeping your body fully functional. All right, here's a flexible alternative though, an upper-lower strength day and an upper-lower hypertrophy day. So Monday would be an upper body strength day. Tuesday, lower body strength day. Take Wednesday off. Thursday would be an upper body hypertrophy day. Friday, a lower body hypertrophy day, and then the weekends off. Now, this one is great if you like structure, and it works whether you're training at home or in a full gym. All right, now for volume, which is the total amount of work you actually do. Now, this can make or break your progress. A lot of guys make 2 mistakes here. They either train way too much or nowhere near enough. And here's what the research actually tells us. The sweet spot for men over 50 is 8 to 12 hard sets per muscle group per week. A hard set, though, means perfect form, full range of motion, and stopping just 1 to 2 reps before failure. Now, why does this work so well? Because it's enough to stimulate muscle growth without tipping your body into the chronic inflammation and overtraining that comes with marathon workouts. Remember, your recovery ability isn't just about your muscles. It's about your joints, your tendons, your nervous system, and even your hormone health. If you push it too far, too often, and your body shifts into overtraining mode instead of growth mode. All right, now let's talk about rep ranges. The reps you choose control the load you lift. Also, the way that load stresses your muscles and joints is impacted. For big compound lifts like presses, rows, squats, or deadlifts, the sweet spot is 6 to 12 reps. That's heavy enough to build strength and size, but light enough to protect your connective tissue. For isolation lifts like curls, lateral raises, tricep pushdowns, use 10 to 15 reps. This range is easier on the joints, and it still produces a mechanical tension your muscles will need to grow. Think of it this way: heavy enough to challenge the muscle, yet light enough to keep you training consistently without pain. Now, here's something you probably didn't know. Tempo is a hidden multiplier for muscle growth, especially for men over 50. So I mentioned earlier that I was going to share the exact rep tempo you should use for every single set to maximize your workouts and build more muscle. Well, here it is. Most guys lift weights way too fast. And when you rush a lift, momentum takes over and your muscles get less work. Here's the optimal tempo for growth and safety. Lower the weight for 2 to 3 seconds. Pause for 1 to 2 seconds in the stretch position. This will keep you from bouncing back up. Lift the weight back up under control for 1 to 2 seconds. Lift faster than you lower. Remember that. Then pause and squeeze hard for 1 second at the peak contraction. So why does this work? Because it increases time under tension, improves muscle fiber recruitment, also allows you to use your mind-muscle connection, which is huge, and gives your joints a break from sloppy, momentum-driven lifting. It also taps into the eccentric or lowering phase of the lift, which is where most muscle damage and growth signaling actually happens. If you want to take this entire blueprint, the split, the volume, the rep ranges, and that tempo I just shared, and put all of this action into work this week, I've created a free muscle building plan for men over 50. It's joint friendly, it's built with the exact principles we just talked about in this video, and it's designed to fit your schedule and your recovery needs. This is a plan I've used with clients in their 40s, 50s, 60s, even into their 70s to help them gain lean muscle, stay pain-free, and look better than they have in decades. Just click the link below this video, download it, and start using it this week. You're not too old, it's not too late. You're just one smart shift away from building the body you've been chasing. Get busy, get after, and God bless.